All right, so let's go with the cloud mastery video this time. And so we're going to focus just on the cloud. And so, same as for the fast curve, I'm going to take everything out but the cloud. So, let's see about that. I'm going to change the opacity of that. There you go. And I'm going to remove also the signals. All right, so the cloud. The cloud is a different beast than the fast curve, and it should uh, be read in a different manner, so to speak. So this is the main thing about the cloud. It uses the same level, right, as the fast curve, so the bullish, neutral, and bearish zone, right? So that can be read the same way, but there is the color, the whole thing about the green and red color. So as mentioned previously, the cloud is a higher time frame than the fast curve. So it reacts much slower to the price action and is basically there to give you an indication on the overall momentum on higher time frame than the one that you are currently looking at. All right. So we're gonna go down to a lower time frame there. So when daily runner, let's go to a 4 hour as an example, okay? And we're gonna go to recent price action because why not? I'm still on the on the Bitcoin USD chart. I might switch to another one just to show more example later on. Okay, so the thing about the cloud is this: as mentioned, goes to the bearish zone, bounce, go to the bullish zone. And as you can see, it does that a lot, right? The thing is this is a consolidation period, right? As you can see, this is basically range trading, right? So that's when the cloud is best used. As opposed to the fast curve, right? The fast curve is best used to know when there is continuation in the momentum. The cloud is best used when you are actually in a consolidation period. So, what do I mean by that? So, we're going to define the range there. Right. Uh, just say we have this range over there. Right? And we're going to take the cloud from there to there, right? Because prior to that, that was just upside action, right? This is the consolidation period of it, right? And that's when you want to focus on. So on the 4 hour there, as you can see, and you can quickly notice there is the change color of the cloud. I'm gonna mark them all so you can clearly see what I'm talking about. So this is red. Makes sense? It changed color up there. This is green. This is red, green, red, green, red, green. And I actually missed this one. Unlucky. There you go. Red and green. So the color of the cloud actually is more important than the cloud itself, so to speak. Um, Especially when you see contraction and expansion of the cloud. So if we just take at the beginning there, right? This is a red cloud coming down from the bullish zone. And basically, the rule is this: if you are in the bullish zone or in the bearish zone, your cloud will always be the color inverted to it. And this is just true because of the momentum rule, so to speak, that it basically telling you we are kind of overbought and we are kind of oversold. Therefore, you need to look for trend reversal. But again, you want to be on the side, you want to be on the macro side. So do not use the cloud when the market is trending all the way up or reverse all the way down. You want to use the cloud when it's consolidating, right? Just I'm just being very clear on that because it's very important. Otherwise, you will have wrong readings from it, right? So on that consolidation period, you can clearly see, right, that the cloud is giving you the overall momentum of the consolidation itself just by changing the color, right? So with the color of the cloud is now a good time to go long, right? And or short or the opposite, right? And the idea basically is this: when the cloud is going down and is red and is expanding, you do have a downtrend on your end. And now is not a good time to look for long entries. Same thing on the other side. When the cloud is expanding, that's the case, that's another case, right? Is green, now is not a good time to look for short entries. Again, you want to be on the side of the big macro side, right? And this is there to help you decide and help you make the call. Should I be looking for short or should I be looking for long entries in this overall consolidation, right? So when the actual cloud change color, this is not necessarily a signal. Please do not mistake that as an entry signal. It's basically just there to tell you you should be now looking for this kind of entry, the short or the long, depending on the color and the zone that it's in. And no more than that. It's not telling you, oh, I changed from green to red. Now is the time to go in. Absolutely not. It's the time to now look for entries and using the blue curve to be on the side, right? To be on the good side. So this is really just there to help you be on the good side of the things, right? On the good side of the price action. Because when you're in the consolidation period like you have right now, there is no trend, right? Technically, on the 4 hour, there is no, like, there's just ups and down. On the daily, it's basically chop chop, right? All the way, right? So you cannot take a trade based on the overall trend. What you can do is take a trade based on the overall momentum based on the cloud, whether it's green, red, or green, right? And that's how you should use that cloud. And I would say nothing more than that. Because you're going to get, if you try to use the cloud to get entries again when it changes color or when it expands or contract, you will get false reading, you will get false entries, right? Do not use it for that. You use that just to get on a good side of the consolidation period that you are in. Okay, so and that's basically all there is to it. There is not really much to it. The thing is this, right? When the cloud test the overall bullish or bearish zone, it tends to bounce, right? You can see it right there. Every single time, right? That, by the way, is all you can observe that you actually are in a consolidation period, right? This is when you know, because when you are in a big upside bullish momentum period, the cloud is in the bullish zone and it just stays there, right? Like this, like this, right? So when the cloud is in this zone, you are not in consolidation. Your market is trending. you need to take trades on the good side of the macro, which in this case would be long side, right? But when the cloud is actually bouncing from the zone, rejecting basically the bullish and the bearish zone, in basically your cloud is remaining neutral in there, that's when you are into a consolidation period and you want to get quick entries, quick exits. That's when you should not be expecting, okay, we are bouncing. I'm going to take that long entry over there, right? Because your blue curve, let's say your blue curve is doing this, right? And I'm expecting this. Don't. And this is why the cloud is actually getting stuck on the bullish zone over there. So you know, okay, we are still consolidating. We are still in that range. I took a long there. I get out. And now I'm looking for other entries. The cloud changed to red. It actually rejects from that fib level there, right? So if I want to take a trade on that 4-hour time frame, at this point, it would be on the short side, right? And that's when you use the blue and all those things. And so you look for those short trades. And again, if you get any entries in there, the cloud going rejecting from that bullish zone there is basically telling you, all right, let's not expect this, right? Because there is a good chance the cloud goes this and kind of reversal again, right? So now is a good time to close the shop and look for long entries, right? So this is how you would use the cloud. Now about the expansion and contraction, right? So the cloud goes bigger, right? And then it contracts before it actually change. I would not read too much into it because basically what it is a higher time frame going with a down momentum where a higher time frame than the one you have is actually going with higher momentum. That's all it means. So I would not try to read too much into it. But what you can take away from that, from the cloud contracting, is okay, there is a chance, again, it's a chance that we actually, the momentum goes actually to the downside. And that's when you would be looking for exit or other entries, right? But you can get faked out, and that's usually right there, right? It contracts, but it actually re-expand again because of those candles, right? Those price action over there. So again, be careful. Do not use the cloud to use for the very best entry. This is not what it's there for. It is there to guide you and help you make better calls during a consolidation period and know when we probably reached a local top or local bottom that we're going to reverse again and we're going to keep consolidating on the other side. That's all it is there for, right? And so that's it for the cloud. I can actually show you on the S&P 500 because that's a very like the stock, the S&P 500, which basically has been in the bull run for about 15 years now. It's even more clear on this one. So S&P 500 on the weekly chart, right? If you look at the cloud, right, it's green on there to there, actually, like, no surprise, right? But it actually reverses and goes red there, right? And so the thing is this, it is still in the bullish zone. So should you be looking for short entries when it's doing that because the cloud is going red? Absolutely not. But on this candle over there, the cloud goes out of the bullish zone, right? And he expands and goes all the way back down. So that's when, if you were long, hopefully you were, right? Because because um, that's when you take profit. Or if you were not, start looking for short entries again because the cloud is red, going to the downside, and you get this price action until it reaches that bearish zone and actually reject from it. So if you actually manage to get a short entry in any of those candles there, when it gets to that candle, so basically this one, now is a good time to get out. Unfortunately, yes, it does, and go back down again and make another low. Does not mean that's a good trade, right? But it turns back green on this candle, right? So now again, stop looking for short entry, start looking for long entries. And there's probably in there, right, in this zone, a point where the blue curve gives you a good entry signal on the daily or on the 2 days, etc., right? So that's how you should be using the cloud. If you use it for something else, again, you're going to get a lot of false readings, right? So just to be clear, very clear on that, cloud in the bullish zone does not mean anything. If it's in bullish zone, the only thing you have to know is, okay, my time frame, the higher time frame, and the higher time frame are all in the very upside momentum like this. So the chance of the price just going like this, very low, right? So that's when you want to use the blue curve to get your long entry. Same thing for the other side, right? And so that's it for the cloud. Again, that's how I like to use it. There is no perfect way to use it. You might find other ways, other methods that fits your trading style better. Please let me know if that's the case. I will be happy to improve even on my own indicator. That being said, let's move on to the next video.